Let's get an update now on the procurement of COVID-19 vaccines. The government is hoping to sign more agreements before the year ends. Trisha Tirada has more on this. Trisha, where are we now in securing vaccine supplies?
Yes, the Philippines is aiming to finalize talks with China Sinovac this week. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez says they told Sinovac that we need 25 million vaccines for 2021 alone. He adds the Chinese drug maker is confident it will have the resources by April, but the government is negotiating to have the supplies earlier, that's by March. Philippine Ambassador to China, Chito Santa Romana, says the Philippines remain to be among the top priorities of China in terms of sharing supplies. But he adds the country must finalize the procedures for procurement. Amid concerns that China might use the vaccine to pressure developing countries into its geopolitical agenda, Santa Romana says Chinese vaccine diplomacy hopes to improve its standing and relationship with neighboring countries.
Geopolitics, that will certainly not work under this current administration. What is happening is they may be trying to do this to increase their standing in the public. They are a friendly country, that they mean well.
Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque is also confident that China won't use its COVID-19 vaccine to pressure the Philippines. Back to you.
Trisha, what about the other developers? Do we have signed agreements with them?
Well, Galvez says they're striving to have signed agreements by this month, but it looks like most of the deals will be signed by January because the vaccines we're trying to get have yet to receive emergency use authorization.
Tapos po kasi yung EUA yung tinatawag na emergency use authorization ng originating country, yun po ang pinaka-queue po natin dahil kasi with the regulatory requirement ng ating multilateral arrangement with the Asian Development Bank at saka yung World Bank. Kasi po lahat ng procurement po natin will be through multilateral arrangement with the Asian Development Bank and also with World Bank, and they require yung mga tinatawag nating stringent regulatory compliance.
So far, Galvez says there are ongoing negotiations with 9 vaccine manufacturers, and that includes Pfizer and AstraZeneca. 4 of these are now in advanced negotiations, while the remaining are still on exploratory stage. Earliest possible we can have the vaccine is by first quarter, and the volume is expected to come in by early third quarter of 2021. Back to you, Mai.
Trisha, Vice President Leni Robredo's camp says there's no sense of urgency in prioritizing the vaccine in the 2021 budget. Also, Senator Frank Drilon noted that only 2.5 of the 72.5 billion allocation of vaccines are funded. Now, what did Malacanang say about this?
Well, the palace sees this as a political move, so it appeals to set aside politics. Roque says the government can borrow funds from multilateral sources for the 72.5 billion pesos. To make sure the procurement process will be transparent and free of corruption, Galvez says the fund manager and procurement agent will be the Asian Development Bank. He adds the government will use the ADB fund to buy vaccines because the country's procurement law is limited. Galvez says the country is on track with a vaccine purchase. Mike?
Thank you. Trisha Tirada there reporting.